it's Denise with One of Our Crafts, and today we're going to do a little craft with me, or craft along with me, if you like. Also, I noticed on my last video, for some reason the bottom is cut off, and I think it's the way my iPad is. Sometimes I set it the other way so it's closer up, and although I mark my area, I don't know why I had it pulled so close so you really couldn't see. So these are the journal covers that I have been working on, and these are done. So that's this one, and I think this one I'm just going to make into like a little notebook style, you know, with a little closure like that, little rubber band closure. And did that one, and then this is the front cover for another journal, and then this will be the back cover, and I still have to do the spine. I'm going to do the spine a little bit different with this one. So, but anyways, those are two that I've been working on, and like I said, I have noticed I apparently do tend to gravitate towards that pink and those antique colors. So this one I kind of want to move a little bit away. I might have a little bit of pink in it, but I think I kind of want to pull some more pastels and do something that's like butterfly garden tea party kind of style. So what I have already done is I've already taken apart my book. This was a pretty big book. Actually, it was like a 8.5, I think. So I cut it down, and it is now about 5.5 by 5.5 with an inch spine on it. So what I did was I cut off the top, actually, because this is the bottom of the book, and then I took the little I can't remember what these things are called, but I took those off, the little spine tape, whatever you want to call it, and just reattached it there. And then I marked out my fabric, and this will be the inside that will go onto the book. And then this is the side that I'm going to collage everything on. And I think I cut this 13 inches by, I think, 6.5, just so I would have enough room. And then I just sewed them together with just a little decorative stitch. So essentially it will go like this, and then this will be glued in around it. And I also ironed some Wonder Under on it. I am going to try and do that slow stitch. I think they call it a cantha quilting, which is kind of more like what I did on this one. It's just straight. And then this one I did lines going this way and this way, so that the knotted fringe would be, fringy all the way around. So, and I know a lot of them just place it and then they sew it on, but my issue with that, and it's a personal issue, is over time I'm just so afraid that for some reason if one of those stitches got snagged on something, that whole piece or that whole part has the possibility of falling off. So I put some Under Wonder on here just to tack it down, and then I'll stitch over it. So I also marked the spine on here just as a reference, so I know where I'm placing my fabrics on here. So I pulled out a lot of fabric from that bin. I pulled out some little chenille pieces that I'm going to try it because they're really nice and soft and have a lot of texture to them. So I might integrate some of that. And my fabric swatches, oh sorry, I'm too far into that camera view. So I pulled out some more of this. I'm kind of really partial to that blue. I like that. with kind of like that, but I've got all colors I pulled out for it, and some little lace and stuff like that. So, and then I have this fabric, which is like one of those big fabric rolls you can get from Joann's, and it has it already pre-cut for you in the samples, and I really like that. So I definitely want to integrate, and I love all the butterflies. So I'm hoping that by moving away from just the pink, that will kind of help me not feel so intimidated by doing a little bit darker nature boho themed style journal. So, and I also have some of the snippet rolls, or my own snippet roll that I made. It doesn't have like all the buttons and everything on it, because I'll sew those on myself, but I pulled them out just to kind of help me with colors, just to pull some different colors. So let's go ahead and get started. I think what I want to do is I think I want to work on the spine first, so then that way I know where my middle section is. So I have another stack of other fabrics over here, and I'm really thinking I want to maybe use that like this piece here, maybe down the spine, and like cut it just down that edge down there. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I like this eyelet. I wish I could find more of it. Okay, so let's see. I need a piece. Let me see. Some of this I'm probably going to fast forward for you guys, because I'm pretty sure you're not going to want to sit here and watch every single little inch of this. Actually, yeah, and I put some white fabric over my mat board, because I was hoping that it would pick up the light a little bit, because I don't always film early in the morning, and although I can get some natural light in here, it's later in the evening and the sun is going down, so and normally what I do is I just cover the book with fabric. This one I wanted to kind of, this whole project is, or these next journals are all out of my comfort zone, because I typically cover my binders or my book covers with just fabric, and then embellish on top and glue. Everything here is going to be hand sewn on and done just a little bit differently. I just wanted to try something different, you know? Step out of the comfort zone. Alright. So I think that's where I want my spine, and of course I can put some other stuff on here as we go to embellish it. Alright, so this will be our front and this will be our back. Okay, and I want texture. I definitely want texture. So, and I love doing this because it's the process of it is wonderful, to just try and piece things together, you know, and see what fits and what doesn't fit, and it's just fun. Fabric. And you get to make a big mess on your desk. That's the fun part, because you got all these fabrics laid out everywhere. Thinking I might want to cut that down just a little bit. In fact, let shears. I like that rough, jagged edge. Gives a little more texture. It's really no different from like collaging with paper, or, you know, with napkins or paper or scrap paper, you know, I keep saying paper. With scraps, really, so, alright. So, you know, it takes a little bit of time to place everything together and to where you're happy. Some of that fabric will peek through the eyelet there. I think that's pretty. Alright, what next? What next? Whew. So how's you guys' week been going? Mine has been really crazy. I mean, seriously crazy. Last Friday, I stubbed my toe on the couch coming down the stairs, because when you come down the stairs and you turn the bend, my couch is right there. And I broke my toe. Yes, I broke my toe. So it's not in a cast or anything like that. It's just it's just a small hairline fracture, but boy, let me tell you, it swelled up and turned, I'm not kidding, like within 3 minutes, my whole toe was black and purple. And so it just did a little hairline fracture, but it was just enough that it hurts like a dickens to put my shoes on, and so they said all they could do is tape my toes together. I'm like, okay. And let me tell you, if you have ever taped your toes together, it is the weirdest feeling. You start to realize how much your other toes, you think all your toes move together, and they do in a sense, but they also move separately. So, but yeah, so it was a yeah. And then yesterday, I was making pasta, and you know, I guess I don't know if I was rushing or what I was doing, but I went to pour the pot of water into the colander to drain it, and yeah, it splashed back in a big way, all down like the front part of my shirt, where like right on my belly. And so yeah, it burnt my belly. That hurt. I'm telling you, it has just been a crazy, crazy week. Alright, I think we need to put a little lace or something there. Okay, I think maybe some of this pretty lace that my friend Amy sent me. I don't know. I don't always like it on the edge, because your hands sometimes go around it, and you know, we get oil and stuff like that all over our hands, so over time it kind of gets a little dingy. Getting there. Not too difficult so far. Oh, what to do, what to do. Let's see. See here, I keep pulling back to those pinks again. So if you guys were wondering, what would you do with a snippet roll? This is kind of what you can do. It's something you can do with it, obviously. And it's like scraps of paper. You just, what you don't use, you hold on to. And you can pretty much use every little bit of it. See, because like that little strip, I could put on the end of a tag or whatever. They're fun to play with. And of course, once you get it over to the ironing board, you can very easily just, you know, I always take a picture of it. That way I know how to put it back together. Should I put some butterflies? Because it is going to be a butterfly. Got lots of flowers there. This one's got some pretty butterflies, but they're all pink. Let's move away from the pink, Denise. Put the pink down. I need the pink police here. I love making a mess. See, we can embellish it with some buttons and stuff like that. So, I'm going to do some avocado dyeing this weekend. And I will put some just paper, avocado dye paper packs in there for you guys. So that you don't have to do, you know, just fabric or whatever. And I've got some other little goodies that will be going up here shortly. All right, I think we got that portion done. So, okay, give me a second, guys. I'm going to clean up a little bit so I got some space to move this stuff over. Okay, I'm back. Got a little... I like making a little mess, but once you get to the point where you just can't find anything, it's time to straighten up a little bit. So, anyway. Alrighty, so we're done with one half of it. So let's move on to the second. And let's see, I want to put a few more, some things with some butterflies in it. Because after all, it's going to have flowers and butterflies. So I'm thinking maybe that piece there. Yeah. Alright. Oh, and just to let you guys know, I think what I'm going to do every month is I'm going to, for my YouTubers, my subbies, I am going to give you guys an exclusive coupon or discount on my Etsy. So I'll load the web link to the coupon in the description below. But if you put in all caps, obviously, YT FEB, FEB 19, you'll get 10% off. And right now I'm having a sale on all those avocado dyed packs, 15%, so that would give you 25% off. So just for my subbies. So, because I do appreciate you guys. Because you guys are really what is keeping me going and making this so much fun to do. Okay, so we've got that there. We want a little more texture. So, that piece there. And catch some of this netting in there because I think that would be pretty. Sorry if I need to speak up. I know sometimes sometimes I'm afraid if I speak too loud I'll blow you guys' eardrums out. And it's okay if your pieces hang off, because you can always trim. That's why I marked around where my book's going to go. You can trim that before we tuck and glue it, so you can always cut that piece down. Texture, texture. I want texture. So it's not so thick to sew through. Cut a small piece off there. Alright. And like I said, once I get it placed everywhere I want, I'll take a picture so when I have to take it off to iron it on there. Do I want that up a little bit? How about like a piece with some eyelash trim in it? Yeah. Alright. And I like to use the pinking shears with these. And you don't have to, but pinking shears, the intention is so that you don't have to, you could cut a piece of fabric and it's supposed to help it from fraying or unraveling. So, and in this case, that is what I want it to do. I don't want too much raveling on it. That's the ticket. Sorry. I'm just going to town, just talking to myself. I know, I'm a weird one. But I think weirdness brings creativity sometimes. Well, I wanted that. Maybe I can cut that across there. I don't want to cover the butterfly. There we go. I'll put a piece of, just a piece of fabric under there. So let's find a piece that we want to put under there. Alright, we have some green and some purple and some blue. How about yellow? A piece of script or something there. I don't know, is that too dark? I'm thinking that's going to be too dark. I like that fabric though. I love this. I've had this fabric for, goodness, about 18 years, something like that. So, and it's really great quilter's fabric, and I made a really pretty wall hanging with it, and I had scraps left over. And it frays so well, but it's such a good quality cotton. It's like almost has a real soft silky feel to it. Well, we had a wonderful day today. I mean, beautiful weather. It got up to like, I think 50, 52 today, and it's been like below 0. And then it warmed up to like 17 degrees, and we were all like, oh, it's time to go out and put our bikinis on and take our pool drinks and sit by the pool, you know, all joking around about how oh, it warmed up a little bit. And then today was 55, and it sure felt like we could go to the pool after having all that cold weather. Sorry guys, I did not mean to hit that. I apologize. Got a little carried away ripping that, didn't I? It's like whoosh. And of course, it looks like it's just, but once we get some embellishment on it, it will really start to bring some other stuff out. Now, I think that's kind of where I want to go with that. Of course, I need something on the spine. No, not feeling that. I'd love to know what you guys are up to. What are you guys crafting and doing in your craft room? Are you making journals or cards or boxes, or are you guys getting all ready for Valentine's? Doing all that kind of stuff. Oh, I like that purple on there. But I've got, my mom gave me this rickrack, and she's had it forever. She said she bought this when we lived in Guam, which I was about 6 or 7, kindergarten. So, golly, that's like 40 plus. I'm just gonna say 40 plus because it's probably more like 40 plus years ago. But this rickrack is not like, you know, some rickrack is really stiff. This is like really soft. And she had it, she's had it in her trunk. And she gave it to me and she said, here you go, you can have that. Because she's not been sewing. And I remember this stuff because she used to make our clothes. She used to make like all our little dresses and muumuus and stuff when we lived in Guam, and she'd always put little rickrack or something, lace or something on it. Kind of thinking maybe something like that. One thing when I do book covers and I use like Mod Podge or, you know, PVA or whatever, it makes the fabric so stiff on the book. And that's one thing I just don't like. And Fabri-Tac, even though it will tack down fabric, you know how Fabri-Tac is, it's gloopy. And even if you get it in a nice steady stream, trying to get it evenly spread, you still sometimes get glumps underneath it, and it puts a bump under the fabric, or, you know, it will saturate the fabric, and then you get like that hard glue spot. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to glue any part of this other than tucking around the book, so the book cover. So I think we still have some embellishment to do, but I think this is where I am going to iron this down, because like I said, I got the Wonder Under here, and just kind of show you guys what it looks like once it's down, and then we'll go from there. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I got everything ironed on so nothing falls off. And I think at this point, I think I moved this just a little bit. I think at this point we are ready to do some embellishment on the front, you know, buttons and some other things on here. However, this video is already long, So I will do this maybe tomorrow, and we'll go through that as well. So we'll do another craft along with embellishing the book cover. So I guess that's it for today. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me. I know it was a little bit long and maybe a little tedious. So, but I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.